Hello my friends, my name is Joshua Michael and I'd like to welcome you to jmtruth.com. Welcome to my science series. This is Physics 100, Introduction to Science. What is science? Okay, for my science series, each class will be labeled with a course of study like physics and then follow with a numeric number for the number of that course. So physics, this is Physics 100, Introduction to Science. And then obviously the label will follow that. And after that might be another subtitle depending on if I've classified it as a subtitle video or not. Then some classes will be labeled Physics 105A, Gas Pressure Lab. Okay, so now we all understand how I'll be labeling the video series. Excellent, let's move on. For many years I've loved science. I thought I understood science. I thought I understood the solar system, the galaxy, the universe, the planet, all of it. Boy, was I wrong. I served in the Army as a combat medic and thought that I understood human anatomy, biology, and even pharmacology, having taken many of those classes. Now I am relearning and retesting everything that I thought that I knew. I've come to realize sometimes you must unlearn what you've learned in order to find truth. Because sometimes what we've learned may not exactly be correct. So let's start with a question, shall we? For example, what is science? Science is the knowledge and study of the natural world based on facts learned through experiment and observation. A particular area of scientific study, such as biology, physics, chemistry, a particular branch of science. Now that's from the Merriam-Webster.com. Science is also determined by the subject being tested through what's known as the scientific method. Science must have what we scientists call an independent variable that can be tested. It is also vital that we provide empirical data. What matters is not what we believe or think, people. What matters is what we can prove. So what is empirical data or empirical data collection? It's a way of gaining knowledge by means of direct and indirect observation or experience. Empiricism values such research more than other kinds. Empirical evidence, the record of one's direct observations and experiences, can be analyzed quantitatively and qualitatively. So I'm going to go through the so-called sciences, and then in my Physics 102 class, Science versus Pseudoscience, I will address non-fiction versus science fiction. Okay, so let's look at the so-called sciences and define them, shall we? First, we have physics, the science that deals with matter, energy, motion, and force. Then we have chemistry, the science that deals with the composition and properties of substances and various elementary forms of matter. Chemical properties, reactions, phenomenon. Next we have biochemistry, the branch of science concerned with the chemical and physiochemical processes that occur within living organisms. Biochemical processes, abnormal brain biochemistry, for example. Then we have biology, the science of life or living matter in all its forms and phenomenon, especially with reference to origin, growth, reproduction, structure, and behavior. 3. The living organisms of a region. 4. The biological phenomenon characteristic of an organism or a group of organisms. Next we have paleontology, the science of the forms of life existing in former geological periods as represented by their fossils. A treatise on paleontology. Next we have anthropology, the science that deals with organisms, physical and cultural development, biological characteristics, and social customs and beliefs of humankind. The study of human beings' similarity to and divergence from other animals. The science of humans and their works. Next we have an interesting one. This is theoretical physics, non-experimental, with no definition. Next we have archaeology, the scientific study of historic and prehistoric people and their cultures by analysis of their artifacts, inscriptions, monuments, and other such remains, especially those that have been excavated. Rare ancient history, the study of antiquity. Then we have geology, the science that deals with the dynamics of physical history of the earth, the rocks of which it is composed, and the physical, chemical, and biological changes that the Earth has undergone or is undergoing. The geologic features and processes occurring in a given region on the Earth or in a celestial body. Then there's evolutionary biology, the branch of biology that deals with the processes of change in population of organisms, especially taxonomy, paleontology, ethology, population, genetics, and ecology. Next is astrophysics, the branch of astronomy that deals with the physical properties of celestial bodies and with the interaction between matter and radiation in the interior of celestial bodies and the interstellar space. Then we have astrology, the study that assumes and attempts to interpret the influence of the heavenly bodies on human affairs. Next is cosmology, the branch of philosophy dealing with the origin and general structures of the universe, with its parts, elements, and laws, and especially with such of its characteristics as space, time, causality, and freedom. This branch of astronomy that deals with the general structure and evolution of the universe. Now, there are also technical sciences like engineering, computers, and environmental sciences, but I will address those in another video at another time. Okay, so let's recap, shall we? Science is the knowledge and study of the natural world based on facts learned through experiments and observations, a particular area of scientific study, such as biology, physics, chemistry, and a particular branch of science. Now, I want to point this out right now before we get started, because as I go into this, I'm going to start tearing into some of these other so-called sciences. Science is the knowledge and study of the natural world based on facts, not philosophy, facts, not assumptions, facts, not interpretations, but facts learned through what? Experiments and observation. That is going to be key, folks, as we move on. Learn it, love it, grasp it. Okay? Experiments and observation, because I will promise you, and I will guarantee, that there are many things that we've been told is a science, and that we've been told, hey, these experiments have been done, and experiments haven't been done, corners have been cut, assumptions have been made, numbers have been pulled out of thin air, and they've fed it to us as science, and they really aren't sciences. We're going to look at that and a lot more in some of these other future videos. So, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed my science video and Physics 100 Introduction to Sciences. If you've enjoyed the class, please like and share it on social media. You can also support us on Patreon, Facebook, and Twitter, or visit us at jmtruth.com and join the family. Thank you. Till next time, my friends. See you next time.